Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Weston Pugh, and with us today we have the lovely and wonderful Alyssa Wolf.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. Alyssa is going to help us today because Jeff Updike, the jet setter, is in Eastern Europe. So,
what a rough life.
Right. So, Alyssa has decided to grace us. Alyssa comes from the background of radio, and currently she also has her own podcast here as well. You can tune in tonight at 7, or is it 8?
7.
7, and it's called
The Millennial Monologues.
I love it. So it's all things millennial, and I think that, what's your sidekick's name, Lexi?
Lexi is her name. Yeah, that's my co-host. And yeah, we do a show that basically just talks about anything and everything relating to the millennial lifestyle. We've got a huge range of topics that go from conspiracy theories about like our old cartoon TV shows all the way to the home buying process. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn.
Awesome.
And I'm very excited to be here.
Well,
so thank you.
I want to say thank you so much, and I hope that look, there's a little snapshot of your show.
That is a rough picture, but that's all right. I'll take it.
It's all good. But I wanted to say thank you so much for coming on, and
Thank you.
Being that this is the first day of pumpkin spice latte, can I give
Is
you
that a present?
It is a pumpkin
Thank
spice latte.
you.
And given the fact
So
that
sweet.
it's 42 degrees in here, maybe that'll keep you warm.
That's true. It will. Thank you very much. I
Golly,
appreciate that.
It's cold in here.
Feels good. Thank you.
Excellent. So I think that one of the things I think would be interesting for us to start off with is let's do a little quiz where we test your real estate knowledge. And if you're there at home and live, why don't you join in and let us know what you think your best answers are, so we can hardly wait. Some of these are funny, some of them are serious. So Ziggy, if you'll do the honors, let's take a look at the first one.
If I get a 0, is it okay?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
All right. So the first question is, which is the strongest driver for a buyer, the buyer of a home?
Okay. Are these going to be multiple choice? Oh, thank God.
There you go. Okay. So you can read off the responses.
Okay. So A is proximity to work, B, walkable lifestyle, or C, school district. Okay. Well, to me, I'm going to guess it's the first one, the proximity to work, because not everybody who's buying a home necessarily has a family. So maybe the school district wouldn't be. Oh, you're looking at me like that is the answer.
All right. So let's see what
I'm guessing the first one.
You're going to go with the first one, proximity? Well, it's trick question.
Well,
it's actually all of the above.
you set me up for failure there.
Well, you know what? This is the only time it's going to happen like that. But what this does is this actually shows you that each buyer has unique drivers. And so as realtors, our job is to really listen to what is their driving force and then figure out how we can help them. And sometimes they don't even realize that it is proximity to school. So, I'm going to give you that one because it was a trick. I just wanted to get the thing started.
I was like trying to analyze it and everything.
You did a great job.
Okay.
All right. Ziggy, give us number 2. All right. Location. Pick the best one.
Okay. Across from a school, corner lot, backing up to a green belt. Okay, what is a green belt?
Great question. So the green belt is actually allows you to have privacy because nothing's going to be built behind you.
Ooh, okay.
Sometimes the back gate will open up to it. So if you have kids or pets, you can go back there and play and throw the frisbee. So
okay, throw the frisbee. Okay. Can I see the answer choices again?
One more time.
I already forgot what the first 2 were.
It is...
Okay.
Ziggy is working on this as we speak.
Okay, so it was green belt,
corner lot, or across from a school.
Across from a school. Okay. I'm going to guess B. Corner lot. Final answer. Okay. So I told you I was going to get a 0.
So backing up to a green belt is preferable, and these are subjective.
Okay.
One of the things to keep in mind is that statistically corner lots get broken into easier, which is a little different.
That's interesting.
The other thing too is there are 2 setbacks that you're dealing with. So if you're going to build, sometimes you don't have as much room to build a big house. And I learned this on one of our houses in Lakewood. We could not understand until we pulled the survey and looked and saw these enormous setbacks, and they were because it was a corner lot.
Okay. I like the green belt. I grew up on a house that backed up to a green belt as well. So it was really cool to have all that greenery in the back and things like that. And it does give you a sense of privacy. So
it sure does.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
What's the next one?
Let's
Keep
see.
them coming. I'm doing great, so we should
You're
just
doing
keep this
great.
rolling.
All right. What is the number one turnoff for buyers?
Okay. Smells, interior colors, stainless steel appliances. Okay, I think that stainless steel appliances are a good thing, right? I mean, I think they are. That's what I look for. To me, every time I'm looking on those apps for new homes, my husband and I are looking to buy a home next year, and everything looks great, and all of a sudden I hit next on a picture and it pops up to a random living room that's painted neon green, and I'm like, what is this? I was really feeling this house until there. So I'm going to guess, from my own experience, interior colors.
Interior colors. All right. Let's roll to the answers. And it smells.
I had a whole spiel for that. Okay, smells.
I'm going to
Interesting.
tell you this. So that's interesting that you say that, because in a one-dimensional digital format, I can see how colors could be the number one turnoff. But paint is an easy thing to change. But when you go real time into a home, the number one turnoff is not smoke. It is cat pee.
Cat pee.
Who knew?
That makes sense.
It
Actually.
does.
Yeah,
Actually.
pet odors and things. But okay, so whenever you go to put your house on the market and you know that you've had animals in there,
Right.
wouldn't somebody decide to get all that detailed? I'm just assuming.
One would hope, right?
One would hope.
It doesn't always happen
Sometimes,
that way,
not all the
but
time. Got it.
It also depends how many there are. If there's
Okay.
3 cats, we could have a problem.
That's
so even the
Interesting.
cleanest person sometimes can't get it all clean.
Right. So there's smoke, there's pet odor. What
Yeah.
are the other odor? Are those the top 2?
There is an old house smell that is kind of
okay.
like musty, and that is a big turnoff. But that's so simple that when you just open the doors and the windows and turn the AC on, it goes away. But
Oh, okay. Good.
that's usually the smoke and the pet is the number one and number two.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting. What's the next one?
All right, true or false?
Thank God, I have
You've got
more of a chance.
50-50 on this one. Let's take a look at this one. True or false? A homeowners association can foreclose on your home. So homeowners association is the facility that actually enforces the laws that you've all agreed to when you bought into the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Number of cars, what your paint color can be, access to the pools. That is what a homeowners association is.
I believe that they cannot. False.
False.
Is it true? I told you I was going to get a 0.
So the answer is true. In the state of Texas, if you do not pay your HOA dues and go delinquent, you will be notified and everything. You can be foreclosed upon.
Wow. Okay, but the HOA does vary by neighborhood, and then those laws vary by state. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and Texas is a
Interesting.
very, very tough. So what does that mean? That means that you need to do your due diligence, both in knowing what the bylaws say and also what the insurance policy is and what the reserves are. Something that if you're looking at, we would be happy to help you with.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's very helpful. So, do all realtors have a good sense of what the HOA laws are per neighborhood when they're showing homes to clients?
So typically what you do is once a contractor's written, you're allowed, you negotiate the days that you have to review those documents because it's impossible for us to know everything.
Right.
So a title company will actually present seller and the seller's, or the buyer and the buyer's agent, the docs. And at that point you would review them and go through, is there something inside of this that you're uncomfortable with or that you just can't abide by? And at that point you're allowed to terminate and retain your earnest money.
Cool. Awesome.
A little real estate talk.
All right.
All right.
What's the next one? Let's keep them coming. I'm on a roll. So,
Dallas home buyers are more interested in happy hour or Home Depot.
meaning what? Being near bars? Is that what you mean?
So typically, we try to talk to our sellers about nailing down a house before it comes on the market,
Okay.
so that it looks ready and so that everything is done,
Right.
because they're more interested.
Move-in ready, as they call
Yes,
it. Okay.
because they're more interested in blah versus blah.
Interesting. I'm going to guess Home Depot. Final answer. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm
Okay.
here. I need to learn these things.
So this one is just this is just a funny one. So they're more interested in happy hour because they don't want to fix up their houses. So there are two pools of
Oh.
buyers. There are buyers that want it 100% done, and that's the majority of them.
Mm-hmm.
They want to walk in because they're going to be at happy hour. And then there's the group that wants something that's in terrible condition because they
They
going
want
to
to fix
flip
it up.
Yep.
Got it.
So
Okay.
there's two, and this is one of the things that we talk about to sellers is having best foot forward on day one. And it's all of the senses. We have to hit them all, and we have to explain to them the psychology of buyers. And a lot of times in Dallas, they are more interested in happy hour.
Right. Well,
So-
that makes sense. So whenever you have a client and they're wanting to put their house on the market, and let's say you tell them, well, maybe these baseboards, if we replace these, it'd be a
Right.
lot easier to sell, just as an example. Do
Exactly.
you get a lot of, I guess, backlash from that? Like, well, I don't really want to invest money in this property when I'm about to sell it. Do you hear a lot of that?
I think it's a case by case, but I think that most of the time when someone is really interested in selling a house, they're looking at you as if you're like their physician. Like, how do I fix this? How do I get it sold?
Okay, awesome.
So, and it also kind of depends on how you present yourself.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Let's look at the next question.
Hopefully I can get one right. Here we go.
Oh, okay. Maybe not this one. Just kidding.
Great.
All right. What makes a home good for multi-generations? So multi-generations is when it could be you and a parent or you and an aunt plus your kids. So
Okay.
it's more than one generation living under a roof. And it really has become a lot more prevalent right now because the generation pyramid is tipped up. And so now we're very heavy in boomers. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see what's going
Let's see
on.
what the answer choices are here. All bedrooms on the second floor, a bedroom and a full bath separate from each other, or from the other bedrooms. There we go. Or a large doghouse. Okay.
Ziggy, why are you holding up the three fingers? What is it? What?
I am going to guess that it's not the doghouse,
Okay.
but maybe having all the bedrooms on the second floor would be helpful so that they're kind of out of your way. No? Is that not it? You're looking at me like it's not it. I'm going to guess B, final answer.
B, final answer. Ding, 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 ding.
Yay!
So typically,
I got it right that time. Sorta. Okay, so explain that one to me then.
okay, so typically multi-generational families want to avoid stairs, or they at least want to have the full bed and one full bath downstairs. And even better
Okay.
is when it's completely separated so that they have their own entire it's not a wing because that's too large, but it's
Right.
a way for them to be apart. Sometimes they even have like a second living room that they're off of.
Okay.
But they're definitely not wanting to participate with
Okay, when I was
stairs.
thinking of the first answer choice, I was thinking because there would be a master on the first floor. So that makes sense. I did
Yes.
kind of get it right.
Sort
Sort
okay.
of.
We're gonna give you
But that does make sense. Everyone's going to want their separation.
Yes.
Living all on the same roof like that's got to be crazy. So that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so let's see.
Is there another one? Oh, great.
All right. What does ADU mean?
ADU. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The answer choices are accessory dwelling unit, advanced digital upswing, or all day unpacking. Okay. Definitely not all day unpacking. All right, let's see. 50-50 here. Watch that be it.
You're so close.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not even sure what either one of these means. So I'm just going to guess A, final answer, accessory dwelling unit.
We have a winner. You did it.
Thank goodness. I got one right. What am I at 10% now? Let's keep going.
So an
Good.
accessory.
So what is that?
So accessory dwelling unit is something that has become extremely popular. We see it a lot happening right now in a millennial circumstance.
Awesome.
They're very interested in a space that can generate additional rental income, whether it's an Airbnb product or whether it's an actual tenant.
That makes sense.
So many people now work from home that they want a separate spot that is not inside the house. So it
Okay.
really is a dual thing. They're a great value add. One of the key elements is that you really need to do your due diligence and know where the meets and bounds are of your lot and verify that you can put a facility like that and that you're not, for lack of a better term, encroaching on utility easements and whatnot. So,
Got it. So are people more likely to buy properties that already have one of those set up?
Yep.
Or is there a way to purchase, maybe an extra lot or an extra space, I guess, for something like that? What's more practical?
So we have 2 clients that are actually putting them on houses that they bought right now. One is doing it over a garage, and one is doing it a completely freestanding.
Okay.
And 2 years ago, we had a mid-century modern that had a studio in the back that was separate, and it had a chicken coop as well. And we kind of went urban,
Cool, okay.
urban farmer art studio, mid-century modern.
Right.
And we had like 15 offers in like the first 6 hours.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
it's a value add. This
Okay.
is super value add.
Great.
And you got to market it right. So
Cool. And you would have to get permits for those types of things that are standing alone, though, correct?
Thank you so much for asking that. Absolutely. If you don't get permits, it's just a liability.
Right.
That's all we have to say about that.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Is there another one, or are we going to end on a high note? Oh, okay, here we go.
I think you may have a couple more. True or
All right,
false?
true or false? Here we go. What is the question? You don't need additional insurance if you're Airbnb your home. Okay, so Airbnb is basically a website where you can lease out your space while you're away, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that website is mostly used for timeshares? Correct?
Travelers.
Travelers in general.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna guess false. It's true. Oh, it's false. Oh, is it true?
Oops. That was an error. It is true.
Oh, it's true. Okay, so you don't need additional insurance if you Airbnb your home.
I misread it. It is false.
Okay, it is false. Okay, I got it right.
You do need additional insurance if you Airbnb your home.
Okay. That was a confusing question.
It was. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. All right, so
first
false.
time doing a quiz. Yeah. So if you decide to Airbnb your house, it is a huge thing to get another policy written because if something happens to your home while there's someone in that and they're able to go to the site and see that you actually had this Airbnb during the time of the issue, you could be in a situation where they didn't do coverage. So we always tell clients, and the other thing too is it's not terribly expensive. So take advantage of it, reach out to your policyholder and get that line added.
And can't you almost, charge the tenants for that too?
Well,
Could you, or include that in the price for the
Yeah.
extra insurance?
You
Okay.
include that into the price of the insurance or into the price of the rental, and you can also charge a cleaning fee.
There you go.
Yeah. So
I've been charged cleaning fees before for Airbnbs, so that
absolutely.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. And
makes sense.
deposits. So
Cool.
I think we have one more. Let's take a look.
One more? Awesome.
Okay, which adds more value to your home? Engineered hardwoods or solid wood plank flooring?
Engineered hardwoods. Finally, dang it. Okay,
All right.
well, what is the difference between those two?
Okay, perfect. So engineered hardwood floors are a thin veneer that is actually laid on top of the binding that attaches to the floor and connects to the next plank.
Okay.
Problem with that is that you get one sanding, and the other thing is that because the board under the veneer is not solid, if water gets to it and you don't get it up fast enough, it'll bust, and it adds a real negative impact to that flooring.
Okay.
Solid flooring, you can sand, you can scrape, you can stain many, many times.
Oh,
So
okay.
as
That makes sense.
as elements of design change, so can that. So
Cool. Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. And you would know the difference walking in too, correct? Like you can just see the difference.
It's actually a
In the two?
sound.
Oh,
So
it's a
if you were to
sound, okay.
wear like high heels, there is a very distinct sound that they'll
It's
make.
almost more hollow.
Yes.
Okay.
So engineered will have a more hollow sound. The other thing too is just point blank you need to ask, is this engineered? It's not a terrible thing. It's used throughout 80% of the homes. But if you find one with solid wood, especially an older home, that is gold. Never tear them out. Just sand, stain, get it going. It'll look brand new.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Make sure to ask those questions when you're in the home buying process. That's for sure.
Last one. Let's
Okay.
see. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Here we go.
Fill in the blank.
Oh, great.
Here we go.
Okay.
Fill in the blank. Orange is the new black, as blank is the new tan.
Gray.
Yes!
I knew that one. I knew that one because I have seen so many remodeling videos in general, and lots of people that I know that are buying homes all say the same thing. White and gray are in right now.
Absolutely.
That is the trend. So that makes sense. I knew that one.
You did a great job.
All right.
Here's a little tidbit on the whole gray. Gray is excellent as an accent color.
It
on
is.
the wall, or
And there's all different shades of
There
gray
are.
too. There's so many different options for gray.
there is. Here's the one little tip. Gray doesn't go on everything. It doesn't go on the floors. It doesn't go on the countertops. It doesn't go on the paint on the walls. Otherwise, it's a gray tube, and it has nothing unique to it.
Okay.
So, and the other thing too with grays can change really quickly on you. They can actually go lavender, or they can go green-blue.
That is a good point.
So I always say buy a small sample. They have new little pieces of paper that you can paint on, and buy 3 or 4 of them, paint your colors on, and move them around the room during the day and see what the paint looks like at different times of day.
That makes sense. Does it also depend on the color or the type of white underneath that, like, maybe you're painting over, or whatever color in general?
If you're using if you're going over a really dark or bright color, you may have to do 2 coats. But if it's white or another gray, I think you're safe.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
All right.
All right. So the next segment that we're going to kind of transition into is going to be something a little lighter, and this is going to be the design elements, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
So this is something that we see as we're out showing our clients homes. This is also when we're out and about looking for homes before we take our clients out there.
Okay.
And so what we do is we kind of compile images. And today we're going to talk a little bit about wallpaper. So
Wallpaper. All right. I'm ready.
how much experience do you have with putting wallpaper up?
None. 0.
Excellent.
I have had experience taking off wallpaper.
Okay, how was that?
And it was really difficult. It was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I thought I could just grab the corner and scrape it off.
Pull the
but
whole sheet off?
Yes, and that was sadly not the reality. So I have not had any experience putting wallpaper up. After we tore it down, I was like, I'm done.
Done.
Yeah.
So here's a little tidbit. If anybody ever tells you that this is just a quick YouTube video or a DIY HGTV, that is not the
It
truth.
is not, right?
Wallpaper done terrible looks like a 3-year-old got in there. It is.
All the air bubbles and things underneath it.
And if you are with your significant other, there's a chance you're not going to survive this. So I would say you need to literally hire the professionals.
Yes, very frustrating job, I'm sure. Okay.
So
awesome.
let's take a look at the first one that we have. Wallpaper, Penelope, this is her absolute favorite wallpaper. Can you guess where most people put wallpaper?
Bathrooms.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
All
Why
right.
wasn't that
Why
a
am I
question?
doing
Why didn't we do that?
Better. Not on the quiz.
Golly, you're warmed up
Okay.
and ready for this. So
Bathrooms.
powder baths. That is absolutely right. We typically get people that put in something a lot brighter, a little more outrageous inside of a powder bath, just because it's a punch. That particular one was like a fuchsia print, but it was velvet on a metal.
Okay.
So really interesting.
Awesome.
So you can
It looks good. I like
stretch
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the next one that we have.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, this one is called 1001 Dalmatians.
Yes, I can see that.
So this one went the distance with this. This one is the ceiling, and this is also the shower curtain.
That is a lot going on.
It is, but I have to tell you that this was one of the most well thought out and appointed homes I'd been in a long time.
Really? Was there any accent colors in there? Maybe
Nope.
a nice red? That's it? Just the black and white?
They went for it.
All right.
Nailed
They
it.
really did.
Nailed it.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
I hope they're all this good. I can't remember what I put in here. Let's see. So fun.
That is very interesting.
So this one, what you're looking at in the bottom right-hand corner, that is a built-in sofa in a kitchen, and this was the wallpaper in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. Okay,
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask you, so was this a bedroom? Okay, so it's in the kitchen.
It is in the kitchen, and you can
Interesting.
get really, really out there.
Yeah,
with some
apparently,
wallpaper.
yeah, you can definitely get creative, that's for sure. You know, I didn't even realize how many different options there were for wallpaper. Where does one go to purchase wallpaper?
Oh my God, there's so many.
Everywhere?
So you can go to your paint store. They always have samples of wallpaper that are there. But you would be surprised, Etsy online has
Okay.
wallpaper. And
Etsy
then,
is great.
Etsy is great. Now be careful because I bought mine from there, and my installer actually called them and told them this is not easy.
Oh,
'Cause it
no.
was- yeah.
Okay.
So it got up, but it wasn't
Good to
so
know.
easy.
Okay.
And the other place is sometimes you can just go to online, and they have great stores, and they'll actually ship you samples, so you can kind of tape it up
Oh,
and get a
great.
feel for what's up.
Awesome. That's good
Yeah.
to know. All right.
All right, Ziggy,
go to
let's
the
take a
next
look at the
one.
next one. All right, so this gets a little more elegant.
Yes, I do really like this one.
This is more eleganza with a mirror that has a lot more intricacies. And as you can see, it has a lot flatter of a pattern. And then again, the accessories they brought in that kind of reflect back
That
into
really
that.
match it. Mhm.
Yep.
That looks good.
This was a good one. I really like that one.
Mm-hmm.
The next one that we have, let's take a look.
Okay.
I know we have another one.
Do we?
There it
Okay,
is.
There we go.
So can you Do you see what that is?
Cheetahs.
There you go. So what they've done is they've actually positioned the cheetahs into a manner that they actually create a graphic design, and then it's laid on top of very light. This is what
Plants.
interests me about this one, is that it's actually two types.
Two wallpapers in one. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So would it be more expensive for something like this where there's obviously two different designs going on at once, or does the price really matter or
I think
change?
that doesn't affect it. I think that the most expensive ones are the ones that are actually done by hand.
Oh,
so you
okay,
can
that
actually
makes
get
sense.
paint. You can get them done by hand, and those are off the chart. But
Awesome.
this one probably wasn't terribly expensive.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Let's see what we got next. All right. So this one is a lot.
That is a lot going on. It is.
It is. And sometimes, you nail it.
Vibrant colors too. I guess it also depends on kind of the feel that you're looking for that room.
That's true, because the other thing too is that I'm not showing you what the rest of the room looks like in this. I'm just showing you kind of a close cross section of what the actual the wallpaper is. But it does look amazing when you're in there in this.
Well, and also it kind of, I'm sure it depends on what type of wallpaper you use, what kind of furniture you have, and how intricate the furniture looks. If you're really going to go for those bold furniture pieces, maybe a huge headboard behind the bed, things like that, maybe a more calmer wallpaper to contrast it. What do you think in your experience?
I agree with you on that one. And I will tell you that I see millennials putting out there a lot more graphic shapes that harken back to like a mid-century modern, and a lot of times they're using muted whites and tans on top of a black graphic, and to me that's a very strong look. I wish I had some of that, but I don't. What I'm getting right now is very animalistic.
Yeah. We do
Let's take a look at the next
animal
one.
theme. Let's see.
So this one is inside of also inside of a powder bath, and this one right here has a toward lampshade hanging down that was actually kind of offset off the toilet. But again, they kind of went big and graphic. I'm sure that this one could have been available in black and white, or you could have done blues on blues.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So they do have different color options too. Awesome.
Absolutely.
And those images are a lot bit larger on this wallpaper than the others have been.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then do we have anything else, Ziggy? One more?
One more.
All right, let's take a
right.
look. Let's see which one this one is.
More animal print.
Yeah. So this one, I really wish I could have gotten the other one, but this one right here is a blue animal print, and they also took it the distance and went blue animal print on the upholstery and also in the drapes. So it works together to create an amazing look. One of the ones that we saw in Lakewood one time was wood paneling that was white with Kelly green wood grain. And
My
I'm
goodness.
hearing myself say this right now and seeing your face, and I realize that I'm not conveying what it was, but it was interesting.
Okay, very interesting. Well, I'm sure that, especially for wallpaper, since it is so difficult to take it down, you really have to kind of be married to the idea, especially for something as bold as the one we just saw with the animal print on the curtains, on the upholstery, on the chairs, and on the walls. I mean, it'd be difficult to change the whole theme of that room. So you have to be very married to those ideas before you execute them. Don't you agree?
I would say you need to Google what a board is that has all of your ideas for a room before you make a commitment to that, because you're absolutely right. And there's
Pinterest is a great tool for those things.
Oh, that's a good idea. And there's nothing worse than tears because you did something wrong.
Yes.
And
that's true.
It's sad.
And that's a lot of money to be spent too on getting on, first of all, the labor, getting somebody out here to come do it, because like we said, this is no amateur job to put up wallpaper.
Not amateur at all.
So that's a huge investment to purchase the wallpaper, to purchase people to come and put it up for you. And again, if you're going to match it with any furniture, I mean, that's just a lot of money going on.
It is. And it is always, always, always best to hire that professional and think it all the way through. And if they suggest something and they say this looks terrible, you really should listen to them, because they've probably seen 20,000 pieces go up versus your two that you've looked at. So
That's true.
things
Good
to think
point.
about.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Awesome.
So now what we want to do is actually take a look at some houses. I know that
Oh, yay.
now is the time
The
to
big
talk
moment.
real estate.
Okay.
So the
Let's
first
go.
one that we have on is going to be, well, all these are going to be in North Dallas because that's kind of where we look at right now.
Okay.
This one is actually on Silverton Drive and is brought to us by Kimberly Gromadsky. She actually works in our office. Her and her daughter work together, and
Oh, great.
they have this amazing little one. And I want to show these houses because I want people to see what this is a mid-century modern, and it's priced at $282, and it's inside Dallas. And so many times people
Wow,
ask
that's
us,
a good price.
It is.
That's a really good price.
This is a clean house. This is a good example of something that has they've done most of the heavy lifting. If you wanted to change the flooring or whatnot in this, that's fine. But you can see in the picture, you've got nice, clean colors and easy plantation shutters that are set up for light.
Those
and for
shutters
energy
are
efficient.
amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice fireplace too.
Yep. This one also has a galley kitchen. I think if we get over to that, it'll show you. Galley kitchens
yeah.
are interesting because they're more of a long and linear, not quite so much open. And I know that people are like, oh, but I wanted an open concept. You know that when you have an open concept kitchen, it has to be clean all the time.
That is such a good point.
So
I like the cabinet colors too.
Yeah, they did a great job. This is a great blue that they've picked up, and white cabinets right now are for the win. So gas appliances will always bring you back your money. So
That's true too.
we're very happy with this one. The bedrooms,
Awesome.
I think, are pretty great. And if you kind of go to the back, one of the cool
Is that tile on the floor? I'm thinking
that is tile. It looks like a
Okay.
Satio tile, maybe. Good family
Oh, that's
rooms.
a good family room.
Yeah.
Mhm. Good size, nice ceiling fans.
Perfect for entertaining families. The bedrooms are really nice.
It's a nice subtle color.
And it's so funny because this is not white, but it's also not a hyper color that just kind of burns your retina,
Right.
which we're fine with.
Like that neon green I was telling you about earlier.
No neon green. And this one also is going to have a nice sized backyard. At 2,100 square feet, this is really great.
It's a great property. Yeah.
You know, starter family.
Ooh, really pretty patio outside.
So what's interesting about this, and it's tough to see it in this one, is when I toured this house, this one actually has the really cool lighting inside of that pergola right there. So you can see them a little bit there.
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
But it's so great because that's one of those places you know that you're going to spend a lot of time, whether it's grilling out or whether it's just sitting
yeah.
out and drinking coffee or if it's your last glass of wine for the day.
Absolutely.
That is a go-to.
Awesome.
So yeah, we just wanted to start this off by showing you what you can get. This is under 300,000.
That's a great price for that area.
I think so. So
Yeah.
this one we're really
Really
excited
good
about.
price.
The next one that we're going to show is going to be 4014 Wood Creek Drive, and this is actually going to be a townhome.
Okay.
This is actually in Piermont, and it's off of Northwest Highway. This is one of our listings.
Pretty
And
door.
I almost bought in this community. It is a large community, but is so well taken care of. HOA is excellent. This one has really large spacing. The wood floors throughout this thing are really nice.
Ooh, that's a really pretty, those built-in shelves and things.
So this is an example of what a solid plank flooring is. This is not engineered hardwood floors. The step-ups throughout add a nice architectural interest. And again, we have great shades throughout the windows and a nice white color palette. So it's easy for everybody to envision or to make small and subtle changes.
Absolutely.
It's a quick transition up to a dining area that has a wet bar and a dry bar. And
That
then-
is nice.
Yeah.
That's in too. I've found in my experience, at least with my age range, like the millennial category, those are the things that people are looking for in their houses, or those built-in bars. I know it sounds funny, but
No.
They add a great sense of, I guess, like almost homey, but then still kind of young.
I'm so glad to hear you say that because everybody wants to knock down every wall, but sometimes you need a wall so that you can put your bar up against it.
Exactly.
And so
It looks good. I
good
like
to
that
know.
one. That
All
was
right.
a good one.
Excellent. Well, that was a
Cool.
great one. That one actually was on at 425 and it's 2,300 square feet and it is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage.
Awesome.
So,
It's good size too.
Yep. So the next one, such a cute house. This one is on Beauty Lane. And Beauty Lane is in North Dallas, and this one is a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath, 2-car garage, and it's at 2,800 square feet. I actually went and previewed this. I have 2 clients that are interested in this home. It is so well done. You don't typically see a house that has been turned over this nicely. From the cabinets to the flooring to the countertops, this person got it. You'll see that
Lots
the
of
floors,
in styles too. The colors, everything's in style in this home.
so there is going to be a picture, I think the next one that's going to show you, well, maybe, of the fireplace, the tile that he used on the fireplace.
I'm a sucker for a good fireplace.
God, right there. Yep.
That is beautiful.
So he did a really good job of picking out a graphic design on the tile, and then with the way that he off-centered the fireplace on the wall and then put the built-in mantle, it works. And he also went and the flooring on this is a solid plank, but what he did was he didn't actually stain it. It just has a matte finish.
Oh,
And we're
okay.
finding that that look is very
Matte is
appealing
in.
right now. It is.
Matte is definitely in all forms. Matte is in for nail color, for car color, for all kinds of things. Matte is totally in style, so that makes a lot of sense.
All right, so from the style guru here, she is putting her stamp of approval on this one.
That one definitely got my approval. That's
It is a great house.
and the nice white brick on the outside too, and you could tell that yard was really maintained as well,
Yep.
and that's always a good sign too, because no one wants to move into a home where they have to pick out a bunch of weeds and do all the landscaping themselves.
Yep.
Like it's like we were talking about, move-in ready, and that counts for the yard too. So
So I'm going to take you on my next listing appointment because I need you to talk to you about that. And that one is priced at $559, and this one is brought to us by Kathy Myers, and it is a wonderful home. So
That
if
is
you have
a
a
good one.
chance and want to know more about it, please let us know.
yes.
All right. This one is going to be something that's quite interesting. So this one is going to be on Preston Road, and you don't typically get these. This is actually both sides of a duplex.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe more for those types of families who have that dynamic.
Yep.
Like the multi-generation thing that we were talking about earlier.
But I will have to tell you, I just went to breakfast with one of our clients, and he has specifically said, I need both sides of a duplex. So the reason why he wants both sides of a duplex, are you ready for this?
Interesting.
He's ready to start his investment portfolio. So this allows him to live on one side and learn how to be a landlord on the other.
That makes a lot of sense.
So this one will actually help him pay
It's a good
his
investment.
current mortgage on it. So the financing on investment properties has really loosened up a little bit. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it was terrible, but we're okay now. So this one right here is amazing because this is almost 2,000 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and it has a 2-car garage on each side. So
Those
we're talking
floors,
that
too, are
combined.
amazing.
Yeah. This is almost 4,000 square feet if you
Wow.
took and looked at both sides and put them together as one.
Yeah.
And this one is, Wendy Harkness has this one.
Wow.
Amazing. We really,
Amazing.
really
Look
like
at those floors, also the offset fireplace, and again, white everywhere, grays everywhere, nice kitchen.
Yeah.
All around good property. And both sides of the duplex. Huh?
Both sides. And Ziggy, if you'll scroll down,
Interesting.
will you click on the map? I want people to kind of see where this one is. I was really impressed with this. So if you look right there, it's just north of Mockingbird and to the west of the toll road. Great area.
Great location. Mhm.
Great area.
Right next to the country club.
Yeah. So if you want to know what things are going for as far as rentals over there, we're happy to pull that for you and kind of give you a rental market and let you know what your return on investment is going to be.
Awesome.
But yeah, I just saw this and it's so rare to get both sides
Oh, yeah.
that I wanted to bring that up and show that to everybody.
Awesome. That's a great find. Yeah.
Always looking, always looking.
Always.
All right,
Good.
nope, we got 2 more. Let's take a look at El Hara. El Hara is an amazing listing that we just brought on. It came on the market on Thursday.
I already love it.
Came on the market on Thursday, started the media push, did the open house push. Jan was there and had amazing traffic through it. So we've got a lot of interest on this one. Backs up to a creek or a greenbelt, if you want to call
On
it that.
Greenbelt, right?
Great thing about this one is that it's got 22-foot ceilings and it's got 2 floors of windows.
All that natural lighting.
Yep. And it's private, which is so great. Now, one of the coolest things about this one
Oh, that fireplace.
Yep. That is a stone that they've actually surrounded and given a small little relief above to kind of give you that look of additional fireplace look. The kitchen on this one is amazing. Oh, can't look at that look. Not amazing.
That is amazing. That loft or the loft feel up
Yes.
top. Mm-hmm.
It's
Looks
great.
good. The balcony.
So the kitchen on this one is amazing because the kitchen also opens up to a second living room and has a small eat-in. But what makes this even more unique is this kitchen has 2 sinks, 2 dishwashers, and 2 refrigerators. It's amazing.
Wow.
And we're going to look at an island that is 1.5 slabs big. And then the backsplash right there was hand painted in Portugal.
Wow.
So there's a lot of ownership pride on this house.
Oh, yeah.
We're helping them with their next house, but this one they absolutely, absolutely loved. Upstairs, great living area, 2 additional bedrooms. The bedrooms are on opposite sides of each other and they have their own bathrooms. So whether it's downsizing or if you've got a family, this one really hits all. Oh, hold real quick.
Ooh, there's that nice wine cooler.
Yeah, so this one is humidified and can hold 600 bottles of your finest. So
Oh,
there you go.
600 bottles, huh?
It's just, Ziggy, will that be big enough for you?
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Only
Good to know.
600. Yeah.
Good to
Wow.
know. So great
The
place.
texture on the cabinets and on the countertops too, in all the bathrooms and in the kitchen looks really nice.
Yeah. One of the other things too is this has 2 offices. So this has a smaller office in the back, kind of like a family office. And then I believe the next photograph will show the utility room. And then the next photograph will show more of the estately office. This one actually also has like
a great
19-foot
size.
ceilings.
Wow.
Great thing about this house, 3-car garage, 2 on one bay, 1 on the other.
That master bedroom, that's amazing. All those windows, natural lighting,
Yeah.
really high ceilings in there too, looks like.
Yeah, and then this one has the car wash bathroom. So let's see, enormous walk-in shower. I mean, forget about it.
Must be nice. Wow, that is amazing. Maybe one day.
It is nice. That's a really wonderful,
Wow.
wonderful home.
I'm a sucker for a good master bath too.
That has it.
It
And
sure does.
awesome. So,
Wow.
yeah,
That's a great property.
we are excited about that one. We should have that one wrapped up pretty quickly.
That's an interesting door frame shape.
Go back to that.
That back
Take a
one?
look at that. Oh, that's not. That's an actual. The shape of the door frame. My bad. I thought you were talking about the Japanese screen. Oh, yeah. Point that.
I like it.
Cool. All right, let's get to our last and final. Last and
Awesome.
final is Bryn Mawr Drive. This is amazing. This is actually in Highland Park Independent School District, so you would actually go to school there, which is extremely sought after.
Right.
This is almost 5,600 square feet. It's a 5-bedroom, 4.2 bath, 2-car garage. This one is actually brought to us by Lance Hancock and Kathy Hewitt. This one right here I wanted to bring on because in today's time when we get so many homes that are modern or transitional, it's so nice to find a house that actually is just so quaint yet 5,600 square feet.
Wow.
This home has all of the bells and whistles that you need. They did not miss the detailing anywhere on this house, as you can see. The colors of the rooms are appropriate. The light, the windows. We can't say enough about this house.
The floors too.
Yep.
Floors look great. The light fixtures are beautiful.
The kitchen is also pretty spectacular. That's going to be your little wine fridge, bar area. Again,
That's a good size island
it
too.
is. And white cabinets.
All the rage.
They are. Everybody wants that right now. And I get it because it's so clean looking. So this house has, let's see, this is the master is on the first floor. And that is great for so many different people. Kids get the upstairs, and this has additional game room upstairs as well. We'll click through that.
That's a good fireplace too.
Yeah, it has that really strong sense of home in this house.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even just the front of it.
Yeah.
That style of home is very appealing for a family for sure.
If it was, yeah, I have a
Great
feeling
tile
that
on the side of that tub.
has that Norman Rockwell feel on the outside, and the landscaping is extremely lush. Split bathrooms, everybody loves that. So these are actually angled on the second floor, and these are the dormers that overlook the front of the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Great job on it. Great job on it.
Absolutely.
The backyard on this one is also one of the best ever. Who doesn't want a pool in the backyard?
Right. True.
Ziggy's going to get to it here in a second.
Ooh, wow.
Go
That's
back
a
one, Ziggy.
good size laundry room.
Go back one, Ziggy.
That was amazing. Oh my goodness. Look at all the cabinets in the laundry room. That's amazing.
So this is so funny because we have a listing on Yolanda, and they have a room that is like this, and she doubles it as a utility and as a wrapping room.
A wrapping room.
Did you know you need a wrapping room?
Interesting.
And it's not for making music. It's
Right.
actually for presents.
For presents. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I mean, you could just use that as your closet. You just load them all up in the cabinets.
know.
That's
My
it.
gosh.
Wow. That's amazing. Cool floor in there too.
So
Look at
outside,
this backyard.
what is not to love? Oh, so we've got outdoor fireplace, covered pergola, a pool, and a secondary dining area outside.
Ceiling fans outside, plus the lounge chairs. Well, they'd probably take the lounge chairs with them, but it's still a great appeal for a selling point at least.
Let's negotiate those, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Maybe we could keep a couple of those.
Yeah, and then it also is going to come with a hot tub as well. So typically when you get a
Wow.
hot tub, that there is a higher chance that you're going to be able to heat the pool, which will extend the life of the use of the pool. So you could be in it in Thanksgiving, you could be in early as April.
Wow.
So things to think about that we
Awesome.
don't typically.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a great backyard.
It really is.
High fence too.
Yep. Great
it.
privacy, great landscaping. This is one of those ones when I tell you people are more interested in having happy hour than they are Home Depot. There is no Home Depot on that house.
None.
You are 100% live in, entertain, and have a great life.
Wow.
So,
Awesome.
well, Alyssa, that kind of concludes today's day. I want to
Great.
thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I was very excited. So this was really fun. I learned a lot, and those properties are amazing.
Yeah.
So I wish you and all the success in those. And
Well, thank you so much. Well, do you
Yeah.
have any questions for us or anything today?
actually, I do have one question.
Okay.
So, like I said, my husband and I are in the middle of the home buying process, or at least just kind of looking.
Right.
And I don't mean to, start anything crazy, but I used to look on Zillow.
Okay.
And my mom is a real estate agent as well. And I would be like, hey, Mom, what do you think of this property I found on Zillow? And she's like, that was sold 3 years ago. Like,
Yep.
what are you talking about? I'm like, well, then why is it still on the app? Like, am I the only one experiencing this?
Nope. So it's very interesting. So Zillow doesn't always purge all of their information in a timely manner. And so it really can jeopardize, especially in a hot market, your ability to get to the property that you really want. Zillow sells its leads as well. And so because of that,
Oh,
it helps them to
interesting.
have a higher volume of inventory. So with that being said, realtor.com, or you can go to shameless plug, updikepugh.com, and you can look at what is actually online. We actually
Awesome.
subscribe to
Okay.
the MLS, and so as properties are available and as they sell, it drops right off. So
Awesome. Okay. Well, that
No
makes a
waste
lot
of
of
time.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I used to use that app all the time. And then I was like, you know what? Like, that's happened to me more than once where I thought a property on there was available and it wasn't. So I did just download the realtor.com app anyways. But I did have both for a little bit. And yeah, okay. So that makes sense.
the other
Awesome.
thing too is if you're on the updikepugh.com site, you can actually search for a house by address, or you can also search by an area for open houses. So if you're interested in a certain area, go on there and you can do an entire tour of what's available. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for the information.
Well, Alyssa,
This
thanks
was
so much
fun.
for coming on.
Of
and,
course. Thank you. And we have something else to look forward to together. You're going to be on my show in a couple of weeks.
I will be. So I will be the original elderest millennial on your show.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
and like
can't
I
wait.
said, our variety, our topics, just the range is so large.
Yep.
So, but we're really looking into talking more about the home buying process with you.
Awesome.
So thank you for coming on to my show in advance. And
Absolutely.
thank you for having me today. It was really fun.
Well, everybody, I really want to say thanks so much for making our second episode great. We look forward to hearing your comments. If there's something that we can talk about, please shoot us an email or comment on this. We'd love to hear. And until next week at Tuesday at 3:30, this is Weston signing off for Sold with Updike Pugh. Bye-bye.